Hey guys, Joseph here. Welcome back to the channel, and this time I am so excited to share with you my experience with this TV from Sony. This is the A80J Oled. I have the 55-inch version, which I purchased for $1,700 plus tax. There's also a 65-inch version which sells for $2,000, and there's a 77-inch version which is on sale right now for $2,900. So now that this TV has been out for a few months and it has received firmware updates and prices have been reduced, I'm excited to see how this TV performs with movies, for streaming, for gaming, and if it's worth buying right now or should you go for the LG C1 instead. So sit back, relax, and let's do this! Okay, so let me start with the build quality. Now this is Sony and their TVs are built like tanks. Being an OLED means that the screen is going to be very slim with a bezel-less design. The back panel covers almost the entire body. This is where the electronics are sitting. The ports are located on the left hand side. Most of them are facing downwards. This is where you find HDMI port number 3 and 4, which are the only two ports that support 4K 120Hz and EARC. On the side, we have HDMI port number 1, 2 additional USB ports, audio and video in, and center speaker port just in case if you like to use this TV as a center speaker, which I think is a very clever idea. Sadly, there is no cable management option. The power port sits on the right and the cable is removable, which I think is very clever. The legs are made of aluminum and plastic and they don't need screws to attach them. You can have them in the low position, which is the option I opted for, or you can raise the TV around 3 inches if you like to sit a soundbar in front of your TV, or you can install them inwards if you have a smaller table. In this position, they measure 41 inches by 13 inches. Alright, so this TV has the newest Google TV OS, which I think is very intuitive and easy to use and navigate. There are hundreds of streaming apps to choose from, including Netflix, Prime Video, Apple TV, Disney Plus, and Sony's own Bravia Core app with Pure Stream, which can stream HDR movies at up to 80 megabits per second for better color and details. There are dozens of movies in 4K, HDR, and IMAX Enhanced. I got to choose 5 free movies included with my purchase, but there are many free movies available to stream. So how about picture quality? Well, let me tell you, right out of the box, this TV looks excellent. Sony is using their XR cognitive processor, which enhances colors, contrast, and brightness, and it is very clear that the picture looks razor sharp. OLEDs are known for having infinite contrast ratio, so highlights stand out with bright details. Even 1080p content looks sharp and skin tones look natural. I'm using IMAX Enhanced mode and colors look accurate and well balanced. You also have options like Cinema, which look similar to IMAX Enhanced, Standard, which has more of a cool tone, and Vivid, which is brighter but with inaccurate colors. I personally prefer IMAX Enhanced or Cinema for movies and streaming. Sony offers lots of options in their menu settings. You can customize brightness, color, clarity, and motion, and each one has more settings like HDR tone mapping, black level adjustment, contrast enhancer, and many more. But the good thing about this is that out of the box, this TV looks amazing. Now I noticed that some people have complained about motion handling, and so far my experience has been positive. I tested action movies like Pacific Rim Uprising with motion flow set on auto and Cinemotion set to high, and the movie looked very smooth. I also turned off all motion enhancements and I didn't see any stuttering or any problems at all. My only complaint I can say about this TV so far is brightness. If you're used to a bright LCD TV like Samsung Neo lineup or Hisense U7G, you're going to be disappointed. OLEDs are great for dark rooms or where you can control the ambient light, but in a bright room, this TV looks kinda dim. You can increase brightness by using Vivid Picture mode, but colors look inaccurate and I wouldn't recommend it. So how about gaming? Now, Sony claims that this is the perfect TV for the PS5 and that there are exclusive gaming features for the PlayStation. Now, I played my favorite game, Ghost of Tsushima, and it looked fantastic. Picture quality and HDR brightness look great in the game mode. I have the enhanced PS5 version, which runs at 60 frames per second, and the gameplay is very smooth. The TV can also run games at 4K 120Hz when supported, so I tested Destiny 2, which offers 120 frames per second when playing Crucible, and the game runs buttery smooth. This is probably the only game where I can feel that 120 frames per second make a difference. I also connected the Xbox Series X and played Gears 5, which looks fantastic. This is a dark game with lots of action and it felt very responsive. The TV delivers great HDR performance when there are explosions or gunfights, so you will enjoy smooth gameplay with an outstanding picture. I have more gameplay videos that I can show you, but I'm going to make a dedicated video for gaming on this TV where I can show you my settings, more gaming features that are important to mention. So if you want to see a specific game in action, let me know in the comments below so I can test it in the next video. What about sound? Well, this is one of the few TVs that have amazing sound. I am not kidding. The sound is rich with plenty of bass. It's loud and clear. Honestly, if you don't have enough money or space to buy a soundbar or a sound system, well, you will be very satisfied. Sony implemented acoustic surface audio, which basically the screen is the speaker, so the sound comes directly towards you, and it is a truly immersive experience. So here is the remote controller, which is the same as previous remote controllers from Sony. They are long, they're big, they're not as bulky. They have this grippy touch in the back, but there's just so many buttons available here. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these remote controllers, but one cool thing I like about this is that the most important buttons are located right here in the center, so I don't have to play around with my finger a lot or anywhere. And then also we have access or quick access to YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime Video, which funny enough, those are the apps that I mostly use, but that's how this remote is. Now here's a comparison, for example, with the LG remote controller, which is a little bit thicker, but it's not as big. Here's a side-by-side comparison between the LG and the Sony, and just look at that. It's huge. Okay, so far you can tell that I am enjoying this TV, but how does it compare to the LG C1 Oled? Well, I'm going to make a dedicated comparison video between them, but so far they look very similar. Now, one thing I do notice is that the C1 is just a little tiny bit brighter. You can't really tell in this video, but there are some scenes that the A80J picture looks a little dimmer. Colors and clarity look almost identical. I am using cinema mode on both TVs, and it is very hard to tell which one is better. So as for right now, if you're in the market for either one of these TVs, I would just go for the cheapest one. In this case, the 65-inch C1 is on sale for $1,800, which means that it's $200 cheaper than the A80J. And the 55-inch C1 is on sale for $1,300. That means that it's $400 cheaper than the A80J 55-inch. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see more comparison videos of these TVs, or if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. As for right now, thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm Joester, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Joester out!